Good morning students. In this video lesson we will study more about the chapter human reproduction and a very interesting topic of that chapter, that is fertilization and pregnancy. During coitus, semen is released by the penis into the vagina of female. That process is known as insemination. The motile sperm swim rapidly through the cervix, enter into the uterus and reaches the ampulla ischemic junction of the oviduct. We have already done the structure of oviduct of fallopian tube, which consists of three parts: infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. So fertilization only takes place if both sperm and ovum reaches to ampulla ischemic junction simultaneously. Good morning students. In this video lesson we will study more about the chapter human reproduction. The process of fusion of a sperm with an ovum is called fertilization. A sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida layer of the ovum and induces changes in the membrane to block the entry of additional sperm. The enzymes of the acrosome of sperm help to dissolve zona pellucida and plasma membrane of the ovum, and sperm head is allowed to enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum. That means only the secondary oocyte with the nucleus is allowed in the form of sperm head to enter into the ovum. Ultimately, diploid zygote is produced by the fusion of sperm and an ovum. Another very important topic is the determination of sex in human being. We all know that determination of sex in human being occurs with the help of sexual reproduction, where one male parent is required as well as one female parent is required. When we talk about human being has 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes, out of which 22 pairs or 44 chromosomes are same both in male partner as well as in female partner. These common chromosomes which are present in male as well as in female are known as autosomes. Only one pair of chromosome is different in male and female. That one pair of chromosome is responsible for determination of sex, and that is why they are known as sex chromosome. When we talk about male or father, it is very clear from the picture that male has 44 plus one pair of sex chromosome, that is XY. Similarly, mother has 44, that means 44 number of autosomes plus a pair of sex chromosome, that is XX. When we talk about female, the presence of sex chromosome are in homozygous condition, but in male it is heterozygous condition. That means both the sex chromosome are different. One is X, and another is Y when we talk about male. But in female both the chromosome are identical. She has both the X chromosome. So it completely depends on father that the child will be baby girl or a baby boy, because female has both the identical chromosome. Both the chromosomes are X and X. So no matter what chromosome is going from the female, it will give rise to the female only. But it completely depends upon the male partner. If the X of male is combining with the X of female, the child will be baby girl. If the Y chromosome of male gets combined with the female X chromosome of female, the child will be baby boy. So father is completely responsible for giving birth to the girl child. But it is the irony of our society that every time the female is cursed for giving birth to the female child. Next is early embryonic development. The development of zygote into full embryo is called early embryonic development. It basically occurs by cleavage, blastoration, gastrulation and organogenesis. So first of all, the cleavage. Zygote divide rapidly by mitotic division and it moves through isthmus of oviduct towards the uterus. This process is known as cleavage. Cleavage starts soon after fertilization. As a result of cleavage, 2, 4, 8, 16 daughter cells are produced, which are termed as blastomeres. Embryo with 8 to 16 blastomere is known as morula. The morula continues to divide and transform into a large mass of cell called blastocyst, which passes further into the uterus. Blastomere in the blastocyst are arranged into an outer layer called trophoblast and an inner group of cell attached to the trophoblast called inner cell mass. The trophoblast layer gets attached to the cell of the endometrium and the inner cell mass give rise to the embryo. After attachment, the cells of endometrium divide rapidly and cover the blastocyst. So the blastocyst get embedded in the endometrium of the uterus. This is called implantation, which leads to the pregnancy. Implantation of blastocyst requires 3 to 5 days. It completes in 9th to 10th day after fertilization. Diagram is depicting the complete process from ovulation to implantation. Pregnancy. The cell of the trophoblast differentiate into an inner layer and an outer layer. The outer layer is called the chorion and forms the chorionic villi, which are finger-like projections that grow into the endometrium. An intimate connection is established between chorionic villi and the uterine tissue and forms a structural and functional unit between the developing embryo and the maternal body, that is called as placenta. So here are the function of placenta. The embryo connected to the placenta by umbilical cord. It facilitates transport of oxygen and nutrient from the body of mother to the embryo. It also removes carbon dioxide and waste material from the body of embryo, and these waste material reaches to the mother body. It is barrier for number of pathogens. It acts as endocrine gland and produces several hormones. Some of these hormones are HCG, HPL, estrogen and progesterone. HCG is human chorionic gonadotropins and HPL is human placental lactogen. Human chorionic gonadotropin or HCG. Along with the progesterone, HCG is also important to maintain the pregnancy. The urine test is done to identify the presence of HCG in urine, and if it is present in the urine, it confirms in the form of pregnancy. Embryonic development. The inner cell mass of blastocyst develop into 3 layers. Outer layer is known as ectoderm, inner layer known as endoderm, and the middle layer known as mesoderm. The inner cell mass contains certain cells called stem cell that have the potency to give rise to all the tissues and organs. After 1 month of pregnancy, the embryo's heart is formed. By the end of 2nd month of pregnancy, the fetus develops limbs and digits. By the end of 3rd month, most of the organ system are formed. Appearance of hair on the head and fetus movement is observed during 5th month. After 6 months, the body is covered with fine hair, eyelids separates, and eyelashes are also formed. By the end of 9 months of pregnancy, the fetus is completely developed and is ready for its delivery. Parturition. The average duration of human pregnancy is about 9 months, which is called the gestation period. The act of expelling the full developed fetus from the mother's uterus at the end of gestation period is called parturition. It is induced by a complex neuroendocrine mechanism. Parturition signals originate from the fully developed fetus and the placenta, which induce mild uterine contraction called fetal ejection reflex. These fetal ejection reflex trigger the release of oxytocin from the maternal pituitary. Oxytocin induces stronger uterine muscle contraction, which lead to the expulsion of the baby from the uterus through the birth canal. Last topic of this chapter is lactation. Mammary glands of female undergo differentiation and start producing milk at the end of pregnancy. This is called lactation. This helps the mother in feeding the newborn. The milk that comes out of the mammary gland during initial days of lactation is called colostrum. It contains several antibodies and nutrients for the baby. Thus, breastfeeding is recommended by doctors for bringing up a healthy baby.